verse
Okay.
again. I'm aware of all of these arguments because I myself used to make them,
I'm gonna let
but I no longer
I'm
make
gonna let
those.
Jeremy Wong. You've been sitting there for a bit. You're the dear brother in Christ that I was going to replace in the debate. What's your view on this, and what's your take on what's being said so far, sir?
I don't know. It sounds like he's been using the law of agency so much, actually abusing it. But what would you say, David, if I can show
Mhm.
you that God Himself calls the angel God? Would you believe that? Would you believe God's testimony that the angel of the Lord is God?
Well, God calls Moses God, so you can
No,
show me
God
where
doesn't call
God
Moses.
could call him God, but show
God
me
doesn't call
where does He
Moses
say
God.
that, and we can
God
show
doesn't
me,
call
and then we
Moses.
can discuss what's being said. How
Okay.
about that?
Yeah, let's go to Bible Gateway. If you have, go to Genesis 28, Genesis
So
31, and
Genesis
Genesis
28.
35. 28, 31, and 35. Let's go through it.
Where? Okay, I'm in Genesis 28. And
All
what
right.
verse in there?
Okay, Genesis 28. You know the story of Jacob's ladder,
Oh
right?
yes,
Verse
yeah,
12 onwards, and verse 13. You see verse 13, and behold, the
yes,
Lord Yahweh stood above it and said, I'm Lord God of Abraham, God of Isaac." Right.
yes,
So you agree that the Lord stood above it and Jacob saw the Lord Yahweh.
yes. That's what it says.
Okay.
It says, "Behold,
Yep.
Yahweh stood above it
Yep.
and said, I'm Yahweh Elohim of Abraham."
Perfect. And verse
So this
16,
is the.
Jacob said,
Go ahead.
verse
Sorry.
16, verse 16, surely the Lord is in this place and I did not know it. Right?
Yes,
Jacob said that. And then what did he do? He named the place Bethel.
that's correct.
He names the place Bethel, right? And then he set up a pillar in verse 18 and poured oil on top of it.
Yes,
Essentially rendering worship to Yahweh, right?
yes.
All right, go to Genesis 31.
31. Okay.
It's the same story, right? Same story. You agree that it's Yahweh who Jacob worships to and saw.
Yes.
There's no angel there, right? In Genesis 28, there's no word angel there,
21. Well, yes, it's saying that Yahweh was
right? Okay.
manifesting and appearing. So yes.
Yes. Okay. So let me get the verse correctly here. Sorry, it's quite early here. Genesis 31. Are you there?
Yes.
31. In the vicinity of verse 13. All right. In verse 11, the angel of God here is rendered definite because this is Malak Ha Elohim. It's not just Malak Elohim, it's Malak Ha Elohim in verse 11. Appeared to Jacob, right?
Yes.
The angel of God said Jacob, and Jacob said, "Here I am." And in verse 13, what did the angel say?
It says, "I am the God of Bethel."
Yep. What do you? I haven't. It's not the end yet. I still got 35. But what do you say to this one? If the angel of God says, "I am the God of Bethel," where you anointed the pillar and you made a vow to me, what would you say to that? Why this
I would
angel
say
say
exactly what I said before, is that
law of
God is
agency, right?
speaking and manifesting through the angel of the presence. It's
Perfect.
the
Okay,
exact
that's
same
okay.
thing.
That's okay. Yeah, okay. If you want to claim law of agency there, if does the sender calls the agent by the sender's name? Does God call the angel of God himself? Let's say
You said
I send, let's say I send Chris to do something for me. Can I call Chris? Chris, hey Chris. Oh, can I call Chris Jeremy? Me? Hey Jeremy, can you do this for me? Can I say that?
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't call you that. But I also recognize that we're trying to what ultimately what we're all trying to do is we're trying to understand how the creator of the universe, the supreme intellect, divine being, the Father of Jesus Christ, how he manifests himself, and how many of them, or how many of him are there?
Whoa.
One, two, or three. So when we come to analogies like this, I mean, obviously, if you come to me, I know that you're not I know that you're not Chris, but now if we're speaking of angels and deities, it's a little bit of a difference, in my opinion.
Oh, hold on. In Genesis 28, who was there? Yahweh, right? You agreed to that.
Yes,
Now
and it's the same Yahweh that's speaking to Jacob.
That's why the angel of God. That's why the text doesn't have a problem saying that this is the angel of God who appeared to Jacob. And anyway, let's go to Genesis 35. All right, this is now Yahweh speaking. Genesis 35, verse 1. Can you read that for me?
Yes. And God said to Jacob, go ahead. God said to Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there and make an altar unto God that appeared unto you when you fled from the face of Esau, your brother.
There we go. So now God, you agree that this is Yahweh, right? God? Elohim.
Yes.
Now he says, go up to Bethel and make an altar there to who?
The God that appeared to him.
Yeah. So why can't, so now the law of agency is broken now. The sender can't call the agent by the sender's name. I can't call Chris by my name. Hey, Jeremy, can you go do something there for me? I'm talking to Chris. I can't say that. But God here says, make an altar there to God who appeared to you, right?
Right. But I think so. For example, are you aware that in the New Testament, hang on.
No, don't go to the New Testament.
Are you aware of what's called,
David,
that's why I backed up. Are you aware, answer my question, are you aware of something called Iliism?
I don't know.
You know what Iliism is? Okay, so let me finish. So Iliism is when you talk about yourself in the third person. So you can look that up. This is an actual real thing. The Bible is full of Iliism. Please let me finish.
Old Testament.
The Old Testament. I'm talking about the Old Testament. That's why I said hang on before I went to the New Testament. The Old Testament, especially when God speaks in third person. Okay. When you look at, for example, Lamech, I believe he's in Genesis 4. When Lamech speaks to his wives, he says, "Hear ye, wives of Lamech." He is using a form of grammar. It's called Iliism. It's where you refer to yourself in the third person. This was not uncommon for Hebrew speakers and for God to do so. And what I was also going to say in the New Testament is that Jesus also uses Iliism when he prays to God himself. He refers to the Son of Man and God and his Son all in third person. So it's very plausible that what's happening here is Iliism, plain and simple.
I think that's just ridiculous. But we do have another person coming up to the panel now.
Brother Chris, if I just may, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So when you're saying God referring to himself in the third person, I'm kind of confused. Are you saying that he's the angel referring to himself in the third person, or what do you mean by that? Because we're talking about the angel of the Lord and Yahweh, and you're just simply answering it by saying, well, God's referring to himself in the third person. So if God referring himself in the third person means that he's calling the angel of the Lord himself, then how does that get away or avoid the fact that the angel of the Lord is God?
Yeah,
maybe I misunderstood. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Jay's right, because God is identifying the angel of the Lord as God. So if he's speaking in third person, he would have to be saying that the angel of the Lord is God. Isn't that true, David?
No, because Jesus referred to himself in third person when praying
because
to God.
That defeats your argument,
that doesn't mean
that Jesus is again referring
else.
to himself, but he's again talking about himself right at the end of the day.
The angel himself.
Angel of the Lord is again talking about himself. He's talking about God. He's talking about himself. So how does that Iliism argument of yours work or score any points?
When it says in Genesis 35:1, it said God said, if we read and it says God said to Jacob, go and make an altar unto God. That is God speaking and using Iliism. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but how does that get around the fact that the angel of God, the angel of the Lord, is Yahweh? How does that avoid that problem?
The angel of Yahweh is not Yahweh. That's the whole point.
But how is God referring himself in the third person, avoiding that? Listen, David. How is God speaking about himself in the third person? How is God speaking about himself in the third person, getting around or escaping the fact that the angel of the Lord is divine? How does it do that?
number one, God can speak to himself in third person, really, in quite matter of fact.
But
Anyway,
what does that have to
it's
do
not
with the angel of the
uncommon,
Lord?
because it doesn't mean that he's talking about the angel of the Lord. That's my point. My point is that God speaks in third person. God speaking in
But
third person does
you
not mean
agreed
that
that the angel of the
Yahweh
Lord,
is
you
Yahweh.
agreed that the angel of the Lord came to Jacob in chapter 31, right?
That's what it says.
Excellent. So
And
after
angel,
that,
you can say thee, I don't
Jer-
care.
Jeremy pointed out that God, as you admitted, said that the angel of the Lord is God, and your only argument is
No.
God is speaking in Iliism, a third
What God
person.
appeared
Either
to Jacob.
way, it doesn't refute the argument, and it still shows that the angel of the Lord is God and is even being addressed as being God by God.
It doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Because number one, the God that appeared to Jacob is Yahweh, not the angel of the Lord. Okay. So when God manifests, he'll say things like, I'm Yahweh, I'm the God of Abraham.
Who showed up
and
to
people will see
who come to
him.
Jacob in chapter 31?
Let me go back to it. I just want to make sure I read it exactly as it says.
It says the angel of the Lord called to Abraham, called to Jacob twice, the first time and second time.
It's actually angel.
Yes. So
angel of God.
So number one,
Angel
prior
God.
to this, we know it was Yahweh that's appearing and speaking. So if we have these seemingly contradictory statements, and obviously it would only
So
make
now it's
sense
contradictory
that
because it doesn't agree with your
you
theology.
missed the word seemingly.
Awesome.
You
All right,
misheard where I said seemingly.
Now we've got
But
to
does the
the
text
Bible's
say
corrupted.
seemingly?
Now that we've got
I
to the
didn't
Bible's
say that.
corrupted, I don't think that we can continue on there. So thank you
Did
very
I
much,
say it's
David, for
corrupted?
joining us today. But we do have Mr. Taylor Stewart, and I don't want to keep him waiting. He has been patiently waiting here to join the stream. So Taylor, what's your view?
Well, I wanted to say something in regards to what Jeremy brought up ages ago, but you blocked me, but you let 4 people jump on one Unitarian. Fair enough, you can. I let everyone speak. I mean, I don't tell them to mute yourself. But you brought up apparently the name.
If
of
you're going to
this,
be on my channel, just don't play the poor me.
I'm not playing upon me. I'm speaking facts, so unless you don't like facts, then talk.
Yeah, just stick to the arguments. We're not really here for like boohoo pity stories.
Yeah. So I'm not allowed to speak. This is the point. You didn't answer my questions yesterday. Sorry, when the debate was on, and the moment I'm trying to speak, I'm being cut off. Just like you just kept on talking over him. All you're doing is showing that your religion's a pathetic joke. Just so you know.
So do you have an actual statement, or
I do,
are you just going to keep crying?
I've written it down.
Excellent.
He literally said that the angel is called God. There's no problem with being called God because God calls people gods and sons of the Most High, but you never see that angel ever called explicitly Yehovah. Literally the name Yehovah, not God, Yehovah.
Exodus 24:1. Exodus 24:1.
It doesn't call him
Exodus
Yehovah.
24:1.
Yeah, it doesn't call him Yehovah.
Well, hold on. The context is Exodus 23:20 onwards, all the way through to 24:1. In Exodus 23, what does Yahweh, yhwh, says he will send?
An angel. Didn't say that he's the angel.
Yeah, no, we don't believe. We believe there's more than one Yahweh. Okay, but we're not debating the Trinity now. Okay. So don't say that the angel of Yahweh is himself Yahweh. All right.
I didn't say
that. Let's go to Exodus 23:20. Who does Yahweh or who does God say he will send?
An angel, not himself.
An angel who? Mm-hmm. Okay. What else does what kind of prerogatives does this angel have?
To my knowledge, he puts his name in him, so therefore he doesn't have the name.
Prerogatives. Okay.
Yeah, he's able to do things that God says.
What kind of responsibility does he have? Does the angel have?
Well, God can give anything over to people in authority.
What? Come on, answer the question in Exodus 20. Just go to the
anything
Bible.
That is of God. I've just said it about 3 times. He's able to do anything of God because God gives him it.
Just go to Exodus 23 onwards. Verse 20 onwards.
That's why this guy's an idolater, by the way. You guys just heard it.
Yeah. But look, what does in verse 21? What does it say? Exodus 23:21. Just
23:21.
Yeah.
Be attentive to him, so hear him. Obey his voice. Do not be rebellious towards him, for he will not pardon your rebellion, since my name is in him. So he doesn't have the name. He's given a name. Okay.
Well, okay, he will not pardon your transgression, right? He will not forgive. Okay.
Yeah.
So. That's okay. If I asked you that in the debate already, right? He has his name. All right. The angel has the name of.
No. He's
Yahweh.
given the name.
No. My name is in him. My name is in him.
If I say my name is in someone, it's not them having a name, is it?
Okay, that's okay. So now you know the context, okay? Yahweh is going to send the angel.
With his name in them.
Go to Exodus 24:1.
Then he said to Moses, "Come up to yhwh, you and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu."
Who is the he?
Can I read? Right, they're Trinitarians. I'm cutting off in the middle of verses. And 70 of the elders of Israel, and you shall come up. You shall worship at a distance, right?
Yeah, who is speaking this sentence here? If you go, I think it's.
Well, it doesn't say explicitly in this verse that you've told me to go to who's speaking.
Come on, go to the context. You have the context, right?
Well, the other one that told me to go here, it doesn't say who the he is.
But
you have to show me where it says that he is.
He doesn't want to read the context. Okay,
I can tell you what how the Jews interpreted. I can tell you what the Jews said. Talmud records this. Well, don't you claim to be messianic? So
I'm not Jew.
Huh?
I'm a Jew. I'm messianic. I use the word messianic.
Never mind. I don't want to get us off topic.
No,
sorry.
Before you guys get into that, yesterday during the debate, Taylor was like, the Jewish people know their languages better than any others.
Yeah.
So if Jay's going to quote a Jewish person, then he should know his language better than any other, right? So
in regards to the Bible, let's go to the
Taylor,
Bible.
Go to Exodus 23.
I'm not going to
the last few verses. If you want to know the context, what the he is, could you go to Exodus 23, last 30, verse 33?
People can ask me.
So he's just going to keep ignoring what the biblicist says. He's not going to respond.
I don't care if he ignores the biblicist, but this is my channel and not his channel. He will not be cutting people off on my channel. If you don't want to be here and don't want to discuss with biblicist, leave.
Tell me what verse I'll tell you. Oh, that's okay. I mean, yeah, just for the viewers, in Exodus 24:1, it's Yahweh who's speaking, and he tells Moses to come up to Yahweh, essentially calling the angel Yahweh, right? Which is what Taylor says.
And if you have any doubts about the context, just read Exodus 23, the entire thing, and the last few verses. It's clearly Yahweh speaking over there. And in the Bible, the actual original text, we didn't have any chapter divisions. So the context is pretty much clear that it was Yahweh speaking.
Yeah. So, I mean, he agreed to Exodus 23:20 that was Yahweh himself who was sending the angel. I mean, it's continuation from there. And he doesn't want to read context for some reason. I don't know why. He said, oh, you gave me this verse. I don't want to read the other verse.
It was just deja vu all over again. That's the same thing he played with me a couple of months ago.
It's funny.
I just got kicked out of his Discord.
No, I got kicked out of his stream.
Well, yeah, it's because. Well, and I only want to say it's kind of funny because after the debate, he puts in his Discord that he's going to do like 10 different response videos to this one debate, and he's actually already did, I think, like 4 or 5 videos on the debate. Like, how bad do you know that you did to have to do so many videos to try to do some damage control on your debate, right?
He even complained to Marlon after that, right? He complained to Marlon.
Like, that was disgusting. Like, he actually complained to the Gospel Truth, the moderator. He said that the moderator was biased and that the debate wasn't fair, and he was giving me different prerogatives that he didn't give him. It's disgusting how he was talked to. I had to message Marlon afterwards from the Gospel Truth. And if anybody isn't subscribed to him, he hosts amazing debates over there. Go ahead and subscribe to him so you can watch and be notified for those debates when they come up. But I had to message Marlon and be like, this is just a statement for me. I think you were the most unbiased moderator that I
Moderator.
had. You actually brought me back into range when I got out of hand, and you even corralled me a few times and said you got to answer the question here and there. So it's not like he was only against Taylor, right? But in Taylor's mind, the only way that he can justify the type of debate that went on is the biasness towards them, the hatred for Trinitarians and Unitarians and things to that nature.
Yeah.
Hey, brothers, I gotta head out, but it was really nice doing the stream with you, Chris, and Jeremy and biblicist. God bless you all,
Cheers.
and
God bless you, Jack.
all right, take care, guys.
Yeah, God bless you,
Cool.
brother.
I've also got to make a move, so I'm working a bit. In half an hour's time. It's already 8:30 a.m.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
I was gonna go through the crossfire, but I had a few people come up here and want to talk. So hey, so I do have Dennis though in the chat, and he says, Chris or Jeremy, what is your view on Zechariah 3 verse 2 and Jude verse 9? Isn't the angel of the Lord identified as Michael the archangel there?
I'm not sure Exodus 3:2. Sorry, I got confused. Exodus. Zechariah 3:2 is talking about Michael there. But for Jude believed that Jesus, in verse 5, Jude 1:5, he believed that Jesus was the one who carried the Israelite out of Egypt, right? Some translations don't render it as Jesus in verse 5. But in the context, you know that, some translations render it as Jesus or Lord, all right? But in the context, you know that Lord here refers to Jesus. So to Jude, the angel of the Lord who brought the Israelites out of Egypt was Jesus. And in verse 9, I'm not sure why Michael was brought up there, talking about the angel of the Lord specifically. But,
yeah, and I don't think that Zechariah chapter 3 verse 2 actually speaks about the angel of the Lord. I think it actually just speaks of the Lord.
Zechariah 3, it's about the angel forgiving sins, right?
No, Zechariah 3 verse 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'll read verse 1 and 2, and it said, and show me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. And the Lord said unto Satan, right? So it kind of does identify the angel of the Lord as God. It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, Lord, rebuke thee. So
yeah, you can count, right? Joshua, one person, Satan, another one, and then the angel of the Lord.
yeah,
So
I don't see where the archangel Michael is being identified as the angel of the Lord. I guess I should have said, sorry.
yeah, I can't see Michael in there. Sorry. But no, we don't believe the angel of the Lord is Michael the same way Jesus is Michael, not like a Jehovah's Witness.
yeah, definitely not Jehovah's Witnesses. And I think Dennis is I don't think that he's a Jehovah's Witness either, but I believe he is a Unitarian. But other than that, I was going to go through the crossfire, but I think I'm going to set that up at a different day, maybe next Friday, because I do work 48 hours a week. So until the Lord continues to bless my ministry and provides the ability for me to be full-time online, I'll probably stick to maybe one, maybe two live streams a week. So I'll try to get back on next Friday to go over the crossfire, because I think that we had a pretty good discussion here as well. Oh, we had Mr. Adam Seeker. Thank you very much for being here. He says, thank you. This was a great session. I was watching while driving and hence couldn't comment until now. I wish you wouldn't have been driving, brother. It would have been nice to see you onto the channel. But next weekend, hopefully we can get together this week on Skype, Adam, and we can plan something for me and you to get together on your channel to do a live stream sometime on whatever topic you want to discuss. I also want to thank everybody that was on the channel today, especially Jeremy for allowing me to replace him in the debate with Taylor. I only replaced him because he had a new baby that was born and he had to perform his fatherly duties. May the Lord keep blessing you, brother, as you grow in becoming a father, and bless your little boy there as well. and the rest of your family as well. Hopefully you can get back out there as soon as possible, keep that apologetics going, and keep pushing forward. Other than that, I just want to thank everybody that's been here. First and foremost, I want to thank my God, Lord, and Savior for providing me the ability to do this. Second, I want to thank my wife and my children for allowing me the time and the ability to be able to do this as well. And to everybody that's out there watching, we had over 30 people again today on the live stream. We'll probably get 500 to 600 to 700 views. So I just thank everybody that's watching these videos and supporting me. It's much appreciated. Even if the only support that you can give is a view and a like, that's all that I've ever asked. So I thank everybody for showing up, and we'll try to be back next weekend with another live stream. God bless and have a good week.